According to the Holy Bible and the Table of Nations documented in Genesis chapter 10, many biblical characters, ancient peoples, and nations are associated with the African continent and are traditionally traced through Ham, one of Noah's 3 sons. After the Great Flood, Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their descendants repopulated the earth. Genesis 10 provides an important genealogical connection to their family lines with ancient peoples, nations, and territories. Ham had 4 sons: Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. Cush, spelled Kush in Hebrew, is especially important to the study of African people in the Bible. His name became associated with lands south of Egypt, particularly Nubia, and the powerful kingdom of Cush. The Cushites established influential civilizations along the Nile River. They commanded powerful armies and eventually ruled both Cush and Egypt. Mizraim is the biblical Hebrew name associated with Egypt, one of the greatest civilizations of the ancient world, and one of the most frequently mentioned African nations in Scripture. Put is traditionally associated with regions of North Africa, including areas connected with ancient Libya. Canaan became associated primarily with the ancient Levant, corresponding broadly with modern Israel. The Palestinian territories, Lebanon, and parts of Jordan and Syria. Because this series focuses specifically on African and Black people in the Bible, our primary focus will be on biblical figures with connections to Africa. Understanding these connections is important because Africa is not merely a distant or insignificant backdrop to the biblical story. African people and nations are woven throughout the biblical narrative, from Genesis through the Old Testament into the New Testament and the earliest days of Christianity. We begin with Cush, the son of Ham and father of Nimrod. Genesis describes Nimrod as a mighty one in the earth. The beginning of his kingdom included Babel, Erech, and Akkad in the land of Shinar, connecting the son of Cush with some of the earliest great cities and centers of civilization mentioned in Scripture. We encounter Hagar, the Egyptian woman who experienced a personal encounter with God in the wilderness and was the mother of Abraham's son, Ishmael. We meet Asenath, the Egyptian wife of Joseph and mother of Ephraim and Manasseh, whose sons were part of the tribal inheritance of Israel. We learn that Moses married Zipporah, the daughter of Jethro, the priest of Midian later. Numbers 12:1 identifies Moses' wife as a Cushite woman. Some say Cushites were Ethiopian. Scripture explicitly records a Cushite woman as the wife of Moses, one of the Bible's greatest leaders. We encounter powerful Cushite kings and military leaders, including Taharqa, a historically documented African king mentioned in both the Bible and ancient historical records. We meet Ebed-Melech the Cushite, who courageously rescued the prophet Jeremiah from death, and whom God personally promised to protect because he placed his trust in him. And Africa's presence does not end with the Old Testament. In the New Testament, we encounter Simon of Cyrene, a man from North Africa who was compelled to carry the cross of Jesus Christ on the road to Calvary. We meet Lucius of Cyrene and Simeon, who were among the prophets and teachers of the influential early church at Antioch. And in Acts chapter 8, we encounter the high-ranking African official commonly known as the Ethiopian eunuch. He served under the Candake, or Queen Mother, of the African kingdom of Cush. While reading the prophet Isaiah, he encountered Philip, heard the gospel of Jesus Christ, believed, and was baptized. These stories invite us to look more closely at the biblical world and beyond the images and assumptions that have shaped how biblical history has often been portrayed. For centuries, paintings, films, books, and popular culture have influenced how we visualize biblical characters, intentionally excluding Africans' presence within Scripture. This series returns to the biblical text to deeply explore these people, where they lived, and what Scripture tells us about their ancestry and identity. What can history, geography, archaeology, and ancient records reveal about the world in which they lived? We'll look deeply into the Bible to explore the people and nations Scripture itself identifies, to restore them to their proper place within the Bible and history. In this series, we explore these individuals, one character at a time, examining big biblical genealogies, geographical and historical origins, and the significant roles they played in God's unfolding narrative. From Cush in Genesis to African believers and leaders in the earliest days of Christianity, we will uncover a remarkable biblical history that deserves to be explored, understood, and remembered. Welcome to Black in the Bible, the African stories you were never told.